So Kim, we're on the engine now, and we're going to talk about the visitor experience. So one of our opportunities here for the visitor is Locomotive cab rides. And this is for anyone over the age of 12. I think our minimum age is 13 and up. As long as you're able to climb into the engine and sit in the seat, you can do a Locomotive cab ride, right?
Right.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what happens when the visitor gets here.
Usually they climb up here, and this is the first time I've ever been in a Locomotive cab. They see the controls and they see all this stuff, and they're like, whoa, what does this do? What does that do? Can I blow the horn? Can I do this? And sometimes you think you can, and sometimes you can't do this. It all depends on what situation and whether we're stopped or going, or it's a lot of fun. And usually they have to be 13 years old, and that's usually old enough to be able to climb up on the engine fairly easy. So
we talk about the age of 13, but it's not just necessarily men or young men who do this. We have young women who do
yes,
this.
Over the years we've had probably 4 or 5 female engineers, and they've been pretty good, just as good as the men, and we'd like to get some more.
So ladies, if you're out there and you've always wanted to ride in the Locomotive, come on down and we can put you in the seat, right?
Right.
All right.
So when do we get to train you?
Maybe soon.
All right. We ready for a ride?
We're ready for a ride.
All right.
So Ken, what are some of the questions that people, like what is the most popular question someone might ask you?
How much this locomotive weighs? How powerful is it? All kinds of different questions.
So for $50, a person can ride up in the cab with
Yep.
you or the other engineer, whoever happens to be in that seat,
Yes.
and watch exactly what you all do, ask any kind of questions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for me, that would be an amazing experience. I know from working in the office, we do have women who will surprise their husbands for a birthday or for an anniversary.
We get a lot of that.
Yes. And so the cab ride experience is just for one person.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we only have 3 seats in a locomotive. So you have the engineer, you have to have the brakeman, and it only leaves 1 seat. So unfortunately, usually only 1 person on a trip.
So while we're talking about that, what exactly does the brakeman do?
The brakeman watches that side of the locomotive, and because on this long hood, we can't see that side of the locomotive. So he'll be over there and say, yeah, you got a car stopped up here, or this guy ain't slowing down, or he's just an extra set of eyes. And usually when we go, if we're doing any switching or something, he'll be usually the person doing the hooking up the cars and setting the handbrakes on the cars and different stuff. So
We talked about some of the popular questions. I would think that how fast does the engine go? Is that a popular question?
sometimes.
So what's the answer to that?
Well, it depends where you're at. You got to follow the rules of the track speed.
Okay.
So I mean, right here we got to go 10 miles an hour. We can't go over 10 miles an hour. This is yard limits.
Okay. So what about on our normal excursions?
Usually we get up to 25 miles an hour on the north end. So depending on the track conditions, if we have bad tides that we have to go slower and stuff like that. We usually have slow orders that we have to slow down for and stuff like that.
So can you show our visitors who might be looking at these controls and things, kind of describe a little bit about what you're looking at?
Okay, main thing I'm looking at right now is the speed recorder up here, and that usually tells me how fast I'm going. And right now I'm trying to keep it right at 10. I'm going a little fast, but not over 10 miles an hour. And right here in this curve, we got a lot of cars and stuff, and usually there'll be kids from there. Used to this pool over here, but right now it's not been in session. But sometimes the kids will cut through the cars, and we have to run our bell or blow our horn to let them know, hey, there's a locomotive coming. Because of the sheer size of this thing. It's 16 feet high and probably 50 feet long and 8 feet wide. So a lot of it's bigger. It looks like it's going slower. So
we have 2 or 3 locomotives that we can offer cab rides in, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the engine we're in now.
This is a 411. It's painted up like a L&N locomotive. It's one of the older style. It's got the newer brakes, but it's got the older throttle and everything. So this is usually the front engine on our Excursion.
One of our other engines are the yellow and blue in our Santa Fe.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about that one.
Well, that one's the CF7, and it's usually on the south end of the passenger train, and it's got windows here that you can look out, whereas this one you can only look out on the sides. And our third one that we use a lot is 1103, CSX 1103, and it's more of a switcher engine, but it is actually heavier than this engine and the Santa Fe.
Okay.
Believe it or not, even though it looks smaller, you think it would be lighter, but it's not. It's actually heavier.
So how much do these locomotives weigh?
Probably roughly 200 tons. I mean, give or take a little bit.
Most unique experiences we offer at the museum.
Yeah.
People can take a coach ride. They can walk through our museum. But I don't know that all railroads offer what we offer as far as a locomotive cab ride. And I think that for one of our visitors is so unique.
Yeah.
It's priced very affordable.
Oh yeah.
To allow a visitor an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, for somebody that has never done it before, they're willing to say, oh yeah, I'll do that. Because my first cab ride was when I was 8 years old, and me and my brother were watching a Conrail switch crew do some switching, and we rode our bicycles down there where they were doing the switching, and the engineer said, come on up. And we climbed up in there, and that was the first time I ever been in a locomotive cab ride. I was 8 years old. I was like, I was in heaven.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, the reason that that we don't offer the cab rides for the youngsters, and we do get a lot of requests for 7, 8-year-olds who want to do that locomotive cab ride. It's all for safety reasons, correct?
Yeah. A lot of things are just being able to get up in the engine, really, because somebody that's smaller, they have to stretch their legs a lot further to get up them steps.
Absolutely.
So now we're going to go back the other way.
We don't know when
they fill up quickly.
They do. So I would highly encourage anyone who's interested to hop on our Facebook page or hop on our webpage and make those reservations. We have tickets on sale. We are closed through the end of this month. We are hoping again to offer those train rides very soon. And for anyone who is interested in just our regular train rides or to have this visitor experience in a locomotive cab ride, stay tuned to our Facebook page or web page, and we'll update those just as soon as we know.
And plus, some days we have more than one train ride a day. So you can book a trip on one trip, and somebody else can book one on another trip.
And then another thing, Ken, since you mentioned that, we have some people who have two people who want to have the experience. So one will go to Boston,
And one will ride.
and one will come back.
Yeah.
So the person who went to Boston will switch with the other person who rode in coach.
Yeah.
The person who rode to Boston the first time will go to coach. They can switch. That way they both get the experience
Oh,
for
yeah.
the same price.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people who do that.
Yes, I think it's a very popular option.
Because especially if the husband wants to go and the wife also wants to go, then
Yes.
they can swap off.
Yes.
Or like a son and a father. Or,
Right.